Hey, what's up guys? Today we just finished my week 4 matchup versus Newfluss in the GPSL, and I'm going to show you my team building portion of the video before I show you our replay. So to go over Newfluss's team, he has Landorus Therian, Heatran, Bisharp, Mega Venusaur, Toxicroak, Empoleon, Hydreigon, Jolteon, Regice, Emboar, Mismagius, and Voltbeat. So this is the team that I came up with just to counter his team. I started off with my Latios. I thought Latios could do very good, could do a lot to his team because one, it counters the Venusaur due to its Stab, Life Orb, Psyshock, and it has Earthquake capabilities and trying to take down that Heatran. So sometimes Heatran thinks it can come out safely on Latios, but this is not the case. However, I am carrying the Earthquake and also the Hidden Power Fighting for his Bisharp. Now I know Bisharps carry Sucker Punch, but say he's predicting a switch and he's going to click Knockoff, I can just click Hidden Power Fighting and pretty much just get rid of it. It's going to die by Hidden Power Fighting. Unless it's AV, maybe it'll live one if it's AV. I haven't calculated that, but in any case, our second Pokemon is Choice Spec Sylveon, and I am running the Hyper Voice, Psyshock, Hidden Power Ground for the Heatran again, because Heatran usually walls Sylveon, but with Hidden Power Ground, that isn't the case either. And then Baton Pass just to try to gain momentum if I have to use it. I am running 184 speed investment that outspeeds the bulky Mega Venusaur, so I can hit with the Psyshock if it comes to that. And then the rest is fully special attack and then some HP. So that's about it for the Sylveon. And next we have fully physical defensive Rotom. This was for his Bisharp as well. I was pretty scared of that thing. I definitely wanted to live a +2 Sucker Punch or Knockoff. So this is a roll on the +2 Knockoff. For Sucker Punch, I live it for sure. At full though, I have to be at 100 HP. Or 100% HP. So I am running the Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, and Pain Split. Will-O-Wisp is to try to make that Bisharp useless, you know, catch things. It's nice to burn Mega Venusaur just to wear it down. His Toxicroak could have been annoying, you know, things of that sort. I was also scared of the Emboar, and I definitely wanted to bring something to counter the Emboar, so this is probably my best bet to it, other than maybe Donphan, and kind of Entei. So it would be hard to play around the Emboar. Luckily he did not bring it, so you guys will see later what happens. And then we'll go into my Donphan, and this is kind of a mess up because I have Ice Shard on here and I meant to have Stealth Rock. No, I didn't. I played the entire match without Stealth Rock. It was a big mishap by me, but luckily I do still have the Rapid Spin, and I am running the fully HP invested, and I have a decent amount of physical defense into it, along with some attack investment just to have Earthquake and Ice Shard do a little bit more with leftovers. So that's pretty much your self-explanatory Donphan. It's just going to do its job by Earthquaking or Rapid Spinning. And then I know he has the Landorus Therian, so I definitely wanted to provide. I did put Ice Shard on here, but I much rather would have had Stealth Rock. I messed up there, but Toxic is for Landorus Therian and things of the sort like that, because literally that's about one of the only things that hits. He has a lot of steel types and poison types, so that's the main reason for it. Next we have Brave Bird, Adamant Brave Bird, Crobat. I'm bringing it for the second time. I believe I used almost the same exact set last game, but in any case, we are running an Adamant Brave Bird Crobat with enough speed to outspeed his fastest Pokemon besides Jolteon. That is, let me see real quick. I think that might be his Mismagius. I'm not entirely sure. I did the research though, and that is what it outspeeds. Next we have the 80 HP investment to have some bulk. I definitely wanted to be able to eat a couple hits from things just in case I had to. Also, Crobat is a hard check to his Mega Venusaur. Mega Venusaur can't touch me. And then a Brave Bird is an OHKO. It's a roll in my favor to one-hit KO defensive Mega Venusaur. So that is why I'm running that. And then also we are running the Choice Banded Entei. So we're running double Choice Bands on this team. just to get some Sacred Fire, and then Extreme Speed is very nice priority. Bulldoze for the Heat Ran in case it wants to come out, and then Roar just because there's no other move that I needed on it. So I decided to use Roar just in case, say like his Bisharp started setting up some Swords Dances, and he wanted to Sucker Punch me away. I could click Roar on the predicted Sucker Punch and get him out of there. So that is literally the only reason I have Roar. Very, I didn't think I would need it, and I did not have to use it. So we'll hop into the battle real quick, guys, and I will show you how it went down. So he does end up bringing the Bisharp, Heatran, Landos, Empoleon, Hydreigon, and his Mega Venusaur. So I'm already thinking right off the bat, he has 3 Steel types, so and a Poison type. So my Sylveon can't really do too much to his team. It can still destroy the Hydreigon, and I expect Hyper Voice is definitely something that Landorus Therian doesn't want to take. So I'm going to go ahead and lead my Donphan here, as he leads his Landorus Therian. I'm totally fine with that. This Landorus Therian can't touch me. I mean, it can touch me, but I'm really bulky, so it won't do anything. And I definitely wanted to get off a Toxic on this thing. So, Pokemon being the game that it is, I missed Toxic turn 1. No big deal. He does set up a Bulk Up. I've never seen Bulk Up Landorus Therian, but then he goes for the Stone Edge and it doesn't do anything. So I definitely just Toxic him here again. Toxic is very nice to wearing down Landorus Therian because I don't have Stealth Rock, so this is another way of doing it. So next I go for the Ice Shard, just seeing how much it does, and it does absolutely nothing. That's 4 times effective to a Landorus. He is +1 defense, but it doesn't really matter. So now he sets up his rocks, and my main objective is to get rid of these rocks because I don't like them on my team whatsoever. So I just click Rapid Spin here as he brings out his Hydreigon, and Hydreigon is typically a couple different sets. As I Rapid Spin him, I clarify that he is not leftovers, so he is either Life Orb or Choice Scarf in my time of being it. So later on we do find out he is Choice Scarf. I definitely want to bring out my Sylveon. Even a Flash Cannon from this thing won't do a lot at all. So he goes ahead and U-turns. It does 10%, which is kind of surprising. I resisted that, and yeah, so maybe he was the mix with Superpower. But in any case, he brings out his Heatran as he Toxic to me, but I do carry the Hidden Power Ground, and I'm going for it 100% because there's no way he can predict the Hidden Power Ground. Because it's just unheard of. It's very rarely used in OU. Usually it's HP Fire. So I do hit him with the HP Ground, and I switch out, predicting him to want to switch out. But I think he just goes for the Protect, trying to get some leftovers recovery, if I'm right. Yeah, so he just protects, and he's going to get his leftovers. But I bring out my Rotom, and I'm predicting him to switch on my incoming Hydro Pump. But I do go for the Volt Switch, and I'm able to pivot on out. Very good use of Rotom. He's a very good pivoter. So I'm able to Volt Switch out of his on his Mega Venusaur, and this is very crucial because I'm not letting him get up his Mega Evolution. So I go straight out into Crobat, and Abandoned Crobat. Brave Bird would definitely kill this thing. So I'm definitely going to go for the Brave Bird just in case he wanted to stay in for some reason, think he can tank it. But he goes out into his Landorus like he should. He could have went out into a couple other things, honestly. But he goes out into his Landorus, getting that attack drop, and I wear it down even further, which is very nice for me. This Landorus is kind of a threat to my team. So I'm going to definitely switch on out of here, back out into my, where do I got into? I got into my Donphan here because I think he's just going to set up his rocks, as he does, and I'm pretty sure I just spam Rapid Spin because Toxic is doing the damage that I need to. I don't need to keep clicking Ice Shard, there's no point. It would give him a free switch into something like Empoleon, which I think he goes into. Yeah, he goes out into his Empoleon, and I'm definitely clicking Rapid Spin here just to get rid of these rocks. I definitely want these rocks away, so I'm able to get rid of the rocks, and now I see he's not leftover, so I'm thinking he's offensive, so I got into my Rotom Wash predicting a Scald or a Hydro Pump, so he does go for the Hydro Pump, and I'm able to eat that up very well even though I'm physically defensive. This Rotom is pretty bulky, and now I'm predicting him to go back out into his Venusaur here, and I hit him with another Volt Switch, so I'm able to pivot out once again and gain some more momentum. If he wanted to be really ballsy, he could have went into his Landorus Therian, but that would have been pretty risky. So now I just go straight out into my Crobat here, and I know he's not going to stay in because he's smart enough to switch out from the Brave Bird. So I'm going to go for the Banded U-turn and gain some more momentum. So he goes out into his Heatran, and he quad resists it, so it does absolutely nothing. I think he gains it all back with his leftovers, but it's still something, and I'm able to get on out of there and go into my my Latios, and I am carrying the Earthquake. So This is kind of bait. I know he's going to stay in because Latios in a Heatran usually a good matchup for Heatran, so I'm able to Earthquake him away. In like higher tier OU, that would have been a red flag and people would have switched out, fearing the Earthquake. So he goes out into a Scarf Hydreigon. How I know he's Scarf is because normal Latios outspeed the normal Hydreigon. So I go back out into my my Sylveon, predicting another Dark Pulse. So he does go for it, and Toxic is whittling me down, but in any case, I still have plenty HP to take some things on. And I'm just going to click Hyper Voice here, and if he wants to bring out one of his steel types, it's going to get destroyed because he has 2 offensive steel types remaining, and he has a non-Mega Venusaur. So definitely going to get off decent damage with the Hyper Voice. I could have been really risky and went for the Psyshock, but there's no point. I didn't need to. So now I'm going to switch out into my, I think my Crobat. I go Crobat because I quad resist grass type moves and I resist poison type moves, and he can't poison a poison type. So definitely just going to switch out into Crobat as he just synthesizes up. That's fine by me. I know he's going to switch, so I click U-turn here again. There's no point to go for the Brave Bird because U-turn, I have other things to deal with the rest of his team, even the Venusaur, because I have Latios still. So now I go out into the Latios knowing that I am faster than him. I was kind of scared of the Bisharp coming in. I really wanted to Hidden Power Fire here, but I went for the safer play, and I went straight for the Psyshock. And I'm able to knock out his Landorus, which is very nice. I was predicting the Bisharp to come in here. I think it might. Maybe he goes on. He goes out into the Bisharp here. And I realized that I can't let this thing set up a Swords Dance, so I'm going for the Hidden Power Fighting as he knocks me out with the Sucker Punch. I'm totally fine with that. If that thing would have set up a Swords Dance, it would have been a problem. Donphan can totally wall this thing, so I go straight out into it. There's no way. I don't even think it's a 3-hit KO. With my leftovers, so I go ahead and just click Earthquake, trying to phase this thing out. I can't let it set up. As he goes out into his Empoleon, he probably should have went out into his Hydreigon, but he does go out into the Empoleon, and he's taking 82% from that Earthquake, so that's very good for us. And he switches out as I switched out as well, so I don't know if, I think he was just predicting me to Earthquake again, and he went into his Venusaur, but he ends up catching my Rotom on the switch because I went Rotom, predicting him to switch out into his Bisharp. So, or actually, hang on, I predicted him to go into his Hydreigon. So I switch out again and go back out into my Crobat, predicting the grass type move. So I'm able to eat that up very nicely. That's only doing 9%. So now I don't think he's going to stay in here, but he does on the U-turn. Totally fine. I have Entei still, so I choose to go out into that, and he no longer has his Heatran to eat my Sacred Fire, so I can just spam Sacred Fire. It's resisted on the Hydreigon, but it's very frail, so he doesn't want to do that. It's neutral on the Empoleon, and Bisharp would go down by 1 hit. So I'm able to burn the Mega Venusaur, which is what I wanted to do. I could have done it earlier in the game, but I decided to bring out Entei now. As he Sledge Bombs, and he does get the poison, not too big of a deal here. He knows he can't switch out, so I can just spam Sacred Fire again in case he wanted to, and then make him pay for it. So I am able to knock out the Venusaur, and I think he goes out into his... What does he go out into? Maybe the Hydreigon or the Bisharp. Yeah, he goes out into the Hydreigon. So I'm definitely switching out here. It's faster than me. I have an answer to it still with... I thought I went out into Sylveon, but I go Crobat on the U-turn, and he probably just should have Dark Pulse there. It would have been much better play. I was pretty much sacking the Crobat at that point. I didn't want Sylveon to take the hit because I knew Sylveon can still KO his Bisharp along with the Empoleon. So I U-turn out on the Bisharp, predicting these knockoff. So I'm able to get Rotom here on the knockoff. I know Rotom is still kind of a threat to his team, but I thought it would be the best case scenario to take the knockoff. I didn't want anything else to take it. So he goes for the Iron Head, predicting the Sylveon switching. It's a good play, honestly, but I'm able to knock him out with the Hydro Pump. I was just too far ahead for that to make that play. I'm already 5-2 right now, so I'm able to knock out the Bisharp as the Hydreigon wants to come in, and I know he has to lock himself into a move, so I stay in on the Fire Blast as he predicted. Actually, I don't know what he predicted with the Fire Blast. Maybe the Donphan, I'm not too sure. But I'm able to Pain Split up into a nice bit of HP, and now I can take this Hydreigon on one-on-one with the Fire Blast. So I Will-O-Wisp it just to be safe, as I don't want to Volt Switch on out, and I don't want to miss a Hydro Pump. So I just go straight for the Will-O-Wisp, get some residual damage on him, and then I go for the hydro pump after that. So this is just me being safe here. I knew a consistent burn damage could kill him. I have ways of walling him. There's no way he can have any sort of recover. He is the Scarf set. Nobody runs Scarf Roost. It's just not a thing. So he's able to go down by burn the next turn. So that's nice, and now all he has left is his Empoleon, and I know I have Banded Extreme Speed in the back, so I know I win this game right here. I tell him GG, and it was a good game. My team really didn't match up well against his team. As you can see, I had to resort to Earthquake Latios and things of that sort, Hidden Power Ground Sylveon. So we brought Donphan for the first time, and we got a win as well. Your Real Marill are 4-0. I don't know if I have a bye next week, but I might. I'm pretty sure I might. Or I play a kid named Sacred Thunder. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I haven't played him yet, so it's either a bye or we play him. I'll find out later and keep you guys posted. But thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. So I'll see you next time.